how to turn $1,000 into $1 million. This is legit advice. So listen out, listen up. This is my iPhone 14. Sorry, this is iPhone 14. This is an iPhone 16 Pro, and this is an iPhone 6. This is my first smartphone ever. Got age 37. All right, iPhone 6, bought it in 2014. Still works. Okay, still a great product. And I bought this with pennies in the bank. Okay, and made content online, sold things, flipped things, and made money from that. How much then? You can make $1 million. Okay, with an iPhone. Just saying. So we've got a question in the durianridercoaching.com group. This is about a mentality, all right? And this guy, he's got huge potential here. And I'll tell you why he's got potential. His name's Laurie. And I'll read it out to you. I'm here to be financial. This is in my durianrider.com coaching group where we make millionaires, okay? Or famous people, whatever. Or just want to lose weight, whatever. Whatever you want, we can help you, okay? Because I've done that. That's what we do. I'm here to be financially free and get out of debt. So he's got debt. I was paying for this coaching group to get me out of it, and you're saying that this is the best and everything. Facts. So yeah, I want to make money online and outside as well. Love to ride my bike, love to dance, love to play soccer, love music, love Nike shoes, love soccer shoes, street shoes. I'm into tennis and fighting like MMA, boxing, and Muay Thai. I love money so I can do what I want, travel where I want. Great. So this guy is sitting on bags of money because he's got things he loves. Okay, so if you love something, then that's the secret. That's the foundation. So I want an answer from you that I care. Not a short answer. My goal is to be financially free so I can move out from my parents and help them. I'm not sure how old this guy is, or if it's even a female. I'm not sure. Gender. We're gender neutral here on this one. And help my family and friends that I care about. So give me a fully honest answer and get me step by step on how I make my dream happen. I didn't pay this coaching group to fuck around. I'm here to get shit fucking done. That's what we're talking about and all that. So yeah, it's possible to play soccer in Thailand. I make money from it. And do they have hip-hop dancing in Thailand? Yes, they do. But first, I need money to get there. And when is the best time of year to travel there? When it's not raining season over in Thailand. So you need my question fully answered because, I mean, shit, I love your work, spiritual old school durian rider. First of all, Thailand, if you don't like rain, don't go to Southeast Asia, all right? It's hot, it's humid, and it can rain any second. And it can flood and downpour. Even if it's the dry season, it can just gushing, okay? So that's just Asia, okay? That's why it's the tropics. Rain equals the tropics. So that's why the fruit is so good, because there's so much rain over there. So if you don't like rain, don't go to Asia. Yes, there's times of the year when it's not the monsoon or the wet season, but it can still piss down any time. So let's get back to this guy. His goal is to make money, okay? And he wants to make money because he wants to be financially free, and he has debt now. I'm not sure how old this person is. Let's just assume it's a bro. All right, let's assume it's a bro. So he's living at home with his parents. I'm not sure if he enjoys that or not, but it sounds like he doesn't. It sounds like he wants to move out. So I want to be financially free so I can move out from my parents. Because if you can stay with your parents, you can save a lot of money, all right? But again, if your parents are on your back and they don't understand your goals and dreams, then it's best to move out. Don't burn bridges. Just say, hey, mum, dad, appreciate the help. I'm bouncing. I'm gonna be my own man now. I'm gonna fucking get shit happening. All right, I'm gonna force myself. I'm gonna jump in the fucking deep end and let's start swimming. Okay, because when you're living at home, if you got that support, is great. But if you're a man, the best thing you can do as a man is to move out ASAP, because that just helps you become more of a man. Okay, best thing I did was getting kicked out of home at age 17. That helped me mature so rapidly. I was like, couldn't go home, had to be on the street, didn't like that, got a place to stay, boom, boom, boom. Now, if I had full support of my mum, my parents, then I wouldn't be who I am today. Okay, so if my parents are who I wanted them to be, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Okay, so remember that. You can't choose your parents. Okay, you can't choose your parents. Your parents just do the best with the tools they have. A lot of people go out and blame their parents. I blame my parents for my success because they helped me. They pushed me in certain ways, pushed me away, or did this or did that, did behaviors I didn't really like. First world problems, but it made me who I am today. Okay, so never ever use your parents as an excuse. The worse your parents are, the greater chance you're going to be a success, because they're teaching you things that other people can't teach you. Let's talk about shoes. So this person's into shoes. He loves shoes. So if you love shoes, man, there's millions to be made in the shoe market. Let's give an example here. Let's give you some example here. I've been selling shoes for over 30 years, so I'm talking from experience, okay? Talking from experience. And this shoe here is called a Nike Air Max Big Bubble, okay? It's OG colorway, or second OG colorway. I get this for $27.50 Australian. $27.50 Australian, okay? $27.50. It costs $70 at retail outlet, Nike outlet. They slash it 50% off, plus extra 20% off by using the credit card points. Actually, that's more than 20% because I use the credit card points, which is God knows how much. But I use the gift card coupons, which are extra 10%, plus the server coupon, another 10%. So this shoe cost me $27.50. $27.50. $27.50. Prices in AUD. When I bought this pair, this cost me 230 AUD. Got them from the Nike.com website. So $230 people are paying for this one. I got this for $27.50. Obviously, this is not a $200 shoe now. It fetches, you're going to sell this between $70 to $150 here in Australia. You go for $27.50. Do the maths. Okay, that's just one little example there. And people go, well, I went to a Nike outlet once. I didn't see nothing. You like, duh, like you go there once. You got to get like, we'll get to that point in a second. All right, Nike Air Max DNs. It cost me 72, 60, $64. This cost me $64. Current model shoe. They sell for $100 to $150 here in Australia on the market. Nike Cortez Forrest Gump cost me about $45 Australian after discounts. Sells for $100 plus. Forrest Gump Nike Cortez classic shoe. This is a Jordan Brave Blue Jordan 13s. Cost me $85. These sell for upwards of $200. Okay, it's just examples. Huaraches, you know, these cost me $36 Australian. $36. $36, man. Some of these cost me $36. Actually, I got two varieties. Some I got from the Nike shop. Some I got for $85. So, yeah, but I sell these for $100 to $150. Okay, so fantastic shoe, Huarache, OG colorway. Goes really popular with certain people. There's just examples here off the top of my head, and you know you can just sort of see. This is just a hobby for me. But I'm saying if you want to make $1 million a year, like if someone in my coaching group came back to me a year later and said I made $1 million last year selling shoes, profit, I'd be like, fuck man, yeah, that's sick. I believe you. That's the reality in shoes. Walk down the street, how many people do you see wearing Nikes? If you're in the USA, etc. Now I don't know where this person lives. Okay, so if you want to make money and anything in life, you've got to be like a koala bear, all right? A koala doesn't hang out in the desert because it starves to death. A koala is always around eucalypt trees, gum trees. That's where it lives. That's where it eats, okay? Koala. So you got to be like a fucking koala, man, okay? Well, there's nothing in my area. You're not a fucking gum tree. Move, okay? Move, motherfucker. That's the problem. People go, and that's why it's so easy. It's so fucking easy to be successful in today's world. Because 99.9% of people is going to bitch out with excuses. Oh, my parents don't approve. Or, okay, cool, man. Stay broke, stay fat, stay unfit, stay trapped, whatever. Your choice, okay? Again, just be honest with you, all right? So, and there's not being, you know, having lots of money doesn't make shit, you know, like really. Like, it doesn't make you a better person. I'm just saying, if your goal is to make money, now with the internet and freaking smartphones, it's freaking crazy, stupidly easy to make shit tons of cash online. Look at me, there's billions of people out there spending money every day. So if you're into shoes like I am, or this kid is, then you're fucking sitting on a gold mine, okay? Now, I don't need the money, so I'm not at the outlet 9 to 5, okay? But I've done periods where I've been obsessive about that, and making $5,000 profit a week just to test it out, okay? I didn't have a life other than I was the shoe Heisenberg bro of Adelaide. So yes, you can, you know, make $1 million a year selling shoes. Fucking oath you can. 100%. Now that's going to take a lot of experience, a lot of work, but it's realistic. A lot of work, like you know. That's what people aren't willing to do. They're not willing to put in the work. They're like, you know, I'm just going to scroll, get rich quick scheme. And that's why there's so many people out there making millions of dollars on get rich quick schemes, because they don't fucking work, but they suck in people who are lazy and go, oh, I can make $2,000 today just doing some Bitcoin exchanges. No, you can't. You know, but these programs they sell, and that's how these people make the cash. Think about it. If what they were doing was so good, why would they be telling you how to do it? Okay. You know, if it's so easy and it takes like 30 minutes a day, why would they be teaching you how to do it? They'd be like, no, I don't want competition. So there you go. Okay. Now the shoe thing, I can tell people, I'm not a gatekeeper of the shoe thing, because the shoe thing, if you don't have the passion for it, they ain't gonna last. And even if you do have the passion for it, do you have the logistics? Do you have the drive, etc., etc., etc.? Do you have the belief and the faith and the consistency? Not many people do. So I don't have to gatekeep. I don't have to gatekeep. Like, just like being ultra low body fat, ripped. I don't have to gatekeep what I do, because people aren't going to do it. You know, most people aren't. Oh, I eat rice for dinner. I eat grapes. I want to drink lots of wine and get drunk and eat hot dogs and be ripped. And yeah, no, not going to happen, bro. So that's just how it is. Organic grapes, good. Crimson seedless. So, step by step, let's talk about shoes. If you want to be a shoe god, a shoe bro, if you want to be a shoe kingpin, okay, I've talked to some dudes out there, some of the biggest sellers in Australia, actually the biggest sellers in Australia and the biggest sellers in the US, some of them. I've talked to them, DMs, and what they all have in common, is they only live in places that support their profession of shoe flipping, okay? They are living near the outlets, like close to, like, proximity is important in life, okay? And so they have that location, that proximity is key, okay? So if you want to be a shoe bro making the 5K plus a week or, you know, more, you got to have proximity. So you're at the outlets, you're on the fucking pulse, your fingers are on the fucking pulse. You got your gift cards ready, you got your coupons, you're maximizing that bottom dollar there, and you're crushing your overheads, all right? Because a lot of people out there, they make heaps of cash and they buy stupid shit, and then they got no cash, okay? So that's another thing as well, is I see people all the time in business making this big mistake, is they want to flex. I'm like, look at my store, look at this, look at that. And I'm like, how much rent you paying? You fucking dickhead. Really? Seriously? Like, and then they go bust because eventually the funds run dry, or they have a situation and gone. All that work, because they were just trying to flex too hard. And I see that all the time. So my biggest tip, like Warren Buffett says, don't lose your money. So rent, man, is like a big one today. Okay, so if you can avoid rent or crush your rent as low as possible, that's huge when you're starting out. Because that rent money, instead of putting money into rent, you can buy capital, you can buy stock. Okay, you can buy stock. Fuck rent, buy stock. Okay, so I could be spending $300, $400 a week on rent. I can spend that on shoes. I can turn $300 into $30,000. Right, compounding that. Buy shoes, sell, flip, cash, profit, back, more shoes, and just compounding that. With rent, you're just pissing away your money, okay? So avoid rent at all costs, and avoid paying as much rent as possible at all costs when you're starting out, okay? That's just how it is. So what would this bro do? Dude, camp. Get a fucking Gore-Tex bivy bag from eBay for $50 or Facebook Marketplace. Camp, bush camp, and rent a little storage unit. All right, if you've got someone you can trust or it's safe, you can have free rent there or whatever. A family friend who wants to support your work, then great. But I would say, a lot of these outlets, these Nike outlets, they're very close to generally the airport industrial areas where they have like lock-up garages where you can pay, and it's pretty reasonable rates, man. So you can have all your shit there, your boxes, your shoes, your stock, in your little lock-up place in this big secure building. Have it full of shoes, and so you ride your bicycle or push a freaking trolley to your lock-up, put your shoes in, post. And again, another thing as well, these outlets and these storage units are also close to where you ship your shit. Okay, it's fucking crazy. So then you can have like a little laptop where you're printing off labels if you need to. If you're using Alias, then you need to print labels. Poison, StockX, you need to print stuff off. But again, you can use printer centers as well. So you learn how it rolls. Or you can do Facebook Marketplace sales where you need no shipping, printing or whatever. Or you can just do face-to-face stuff. So when you're camping out, then you're just reducing overheads massively. And diet-wise, you just eat what I recommend: rice, sugar, fruit, which costs you $2, $3 a day. Dumpster dive, you can eat for $0 a day. So you're crushing your overheads down to to virtually zero, spending zero money a day on yourself, to spending maybe $5 or $10 a day. Running this lifestyle that's fucking so fucking cheap, and then you're just saving like 90 to 95% or 99% of your profits, just saving and then reinvesting that into more stock. Just this big snowball of compounding financial interests. And it's fucking fun, man. It gets addictive as fuck, man. It gets addictive as fuck. You're like, I made $5,000 profit this week selling shoes. What the fuck? Like, that's insane. And then your phone, you got your apps, and it's just ping, ping, ping. Ship these shoes here, sell that, boom, boom, boom. Hey, bro, you got another pair of Air Maxes. I'm coming through town now. And you just become, it just gets really addictive. So be careful with that. Because if you've got a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, that can quickly feel like left out because you're just fixated on work, 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 work. You know, because you just become this fucking shoe machine where you're selling 24/7. So be careful, mate. It can get full on. It can get full on, man. And then relationships can start to, like, people feel a bit left out. So that's another thing is women want guys with cash and guys with work drive, but then it's like the flip side, like, oh, have you got time for me? So it's an interesting one there. So that's the deal there. You can make shit tons of cash. That's a step-by-step, man. Move out of home so you got no bullshit. And what are you doing? You got more shit. Move out. Don't burn bridges. Don't be disrespectful. Just say, look, cool. Thanks for everything. Do you mind if I come back, wash my clothes once a week? I'm camping out. I'm bush camping. I'm doing the Henry David Thoreau. Read that book called Walden by Henry David Thoreau. Thoreau. David Thoreau. Henry David Thoreau. Read that shit. Just your Huckleberry Finn. All that stuff, man. Camp out. Camp out. Camp out. Okay. And then just keep all your stuff in your storage unit that's close to your thing, and just hustle it, bro. Hustle it. So that's the fastest way to make money today. Big money, big fuck off money is shoes. That anyone can do that. Yeah, you've got OnlyFans. Yeah, that takes time. All right, that takes time. Even if you're an OnlyFans chick, you gotta. Do you know how hard it is to get an audience now? Like it's tough, man. There's so many girls out there doing that, so it's full on. But in terms of the shoe resale, man, that's the easiest, bro. That's the fucking easiest. Okay, I've only got $100 to my name. $100. You give me $100, I can turn that into $1,000 in a week, man. Literally. You give me $100, I'll turn it into $1,000 in a week. And then that $1,000, I can turn into fucking, geez, I can turn that into 10 grand. And how long will that take me? It's a good question. But I could definitely turn $100 into $1,000 in a week just from this bad boy. And here's the thing, how much does it cost for your marketing? Zero. Nike, do you know how much Nike spend on marketing your product now? So you're buying Nike stock essentially. Nike is the best investment, in my opinion, if you like shoes. If you don't like shoes, then whatever. Maybe into watches, maybe into... But then, buying Rolexes, you know, you need some serious capital doing that, don't you? So, again, you can get credit cards these days and stuff like that. But again, this kid's got into debt. So that's a bit of a concern. That's a red flag as well. How the fuck did you get into debt? Maybe it's university debt. Okay, so you got to... I don't recommend people get into debt. I don't recommend loaning money. I don't recommend giving money. I only give money you're prepared to lose. Because when you give someone money, you don't, especially if it's a guy, you don't really teach them much. You know, especially if an adult. Like, you make them soft, basically. It's like going up a hill and it's like, oh, it's really hard, this hill. Let me push you the whole way up the hill then. Let me give you an e-bike to get up the hill. It's like, how are we going to get stronger doing that? So that's the deal there. It's hustle, hustle, hustle. That's a step-by-step, man. So if you got $100, you can have $1,000 by the end of the week. Guaranteed. By doing the shoe flip. Guaranteed, bro. Put in the work. Well, I don't know what to buy. Learn! You know, I don't know how to speak Thai. Like, learn, okay? Learn what's hot. Go to the outlet. Scan every fucking shoe. Get there is it open at 9 o'clock? Be there at 9 o'clock. And scan the boxes through the apps like StockX and eBay and Alias and Poison, okay? You have an amazing app in the US called Poison. We don't have that in Australia, you know. We don't have access to that really in Australia. It's just got a Chinese contact. So, in China there. But, so you scan shit, you learn. How did I know what this is worth? How do I know? I looked it up, okay? Scan it. Get the fucking scan on your phone, StockX, boom. Oh, what's the sales history? Shit, sold 10 pairs today. Wow, at that price, I'll buy this. Boom, sell it. I sell shoes in the shop before I even buy them. You know, I scan them, but boom, there we go. Put that in my bag. I've already sold it before I walk out the door. Made money. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Then you go to these outlets. You get this main character syndrome where you're walking around thinking you're the hot shot. And you're thinking, I'm making more money today than these people earn in this whole month. and you think you're the top shit, and careful with that. And he's walking around, and then you see people just picking up shoes and then putting it back on the shelf, and you're just thinking, Jesus Christ, you just put $100 or $50 back on the shelf, just easy free money. So, you know, I mean, it is easy money. You know, it's not. I mean, it's work, but it's not work. Like buying shoes and selling shoes. I mean, it's work, but it's not work. Like for me, real work is like working in Indonesia in an asbestos factory, breathing that shit in, shortening your lifespan by 50 years for $2 a day. Like that's fucking work, and you're doing 12 hours a day in the heat, and it's just so hectic. That's real work. This shit, walk around the outlets, air conditioning, and got your little trolley quipping around and flip it, and then like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a Rolex now. Just, that's not work. I mean, it's work, but it's not work. You know what I mean? Like it's just so fucking piss easy. And then once you get some cash, I'd recommend going to China or Indonesia and looking at what real work is. Because even here in Australia, there's not really. I mean, it is real work. Like if you're a nurse and you're wiping asses and you're doing that stuff, that's pretty full on. But you know, so I guess there is real work in the USA and Australia, but you go to Asia or Africa or India and you see how much people get paid and their living conditions. Oh, people don't, cost of living doesn't much cost. Yeah, I get it, but like, look at the living conditions they're living in and think if you could do that. And it's like, yeah, nah. You know, even me, the bush camp bro, going to the Philippines and hang out in the slums and just seeing where they live and the heat and the lack of airflow. And it's just like, fucking hell, and it's just like, in the smell of raw sewage emanating through these asbestos chipped up things. You're breathing in asbestos, you're breathing in shit, you're breathing in and city pollution. These people are still smiling, super grateful. I'm thinking, fuck, man, these people are fucking legends, and I'm a soft fuck. So yeah, that's work, and that's a grind. So I think it's important to at some point in your life to travel to slums, or even you guys to go on YouTube and just cyber travel there. And watch what people would go through every day, and then remind yourself, damn, I got it really, really good. So when you're laying in your Gore-Tex BB bag with mosquito net over your face, go, well, I'm not going to get malaria tonight, but there's people out there who'll get malaria, and they'll die in a few weeks' time because their access to fresh water is super minimal, and their access to quality fruit and stuff is super minimal, and they're just all this stress from civil wars and stuff like that. So it's always good to have comparisons like that before you think your life's too tough and bad, before you blame your parents too much for shit. Just think how good you really got it. Focus on what you do have that's going good. And the things that aren't going good, look for improvements on there, but focus on what you're grateful for. Like every day, what am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Okay? Because you're always going to have struggles in life. Life's a struggle, but if you've got an attitude of gratitude, life becomes more of a game then. It becomes less of a struggle and more of a game. When you have an attitude of gratitude and you lack entitlement and you want to hustle and you want to grind and you want to contribute and you want to help and you want to grow, then yeah, that's when life really starts to become a big fucking fun game. And you can inspire other people, and it just becomes this big fun competition of like, let's make this place better, let's clean up the shit, and just crank. So there you go. That's a step-by-step guide how to turn it, I guess, $100 into $1 million, because you flip the $100 into 1,000, and you flip that 1,000 into 1,000,000. Obviously, the 1,000 to 1,000,000 doesn't take a week, like the 100 to the 1,000 takes a week, but the 1,000 to 1,000,000, how long does that take? How much? There's a great way. It depends, doesn't it?